Well, hello. I just wanted to record this video to show the navigations on the course menu and remind you some important things. I hope it's going to be helpful and short. So this is our student view of our MAT 171 online course. So when you look at it, you gotta start with the course entry quiz here on the left, and you need to take that quiz to be able to enter the course. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the other materials. For instance, I'm a student now. I didn't do the quiz. When I click on lessons and module, I won't be able to get to see the lessons. So I'm gonna go back and hit course entry quiz. And you're gonna go ahead and start. I'm just randomly going to answer the questions. Please don't do that. You read and spend some time on it. It doesn't matter what your grade is. What matters is you need to answer those questions. Okay, I'm just randomly doing it. Sorry for the time loss. I just wanted to demonstrate. So save and submit. Now that is good to go. The second thing you need to do, FERPA agreement. That's an academic dishonesty agreement. You click on it, you begin, you read, and you need to initial them. Let's see, I will initial them with my first and last name, and save and submit. This will be also okay. Hit OK again. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started with getting started module, and once I finish it, I need to hit click mark review, so then lessons will be open up. So what's happening in that getting started module? Most of the modules in this course, I believe 90% of them, will have table of contents here in this column, and the content information, whatever line you're in. So look at this line is highlighted, and that's what we should be reading in this highlighted column. So one of the things it's important on this page is how you can structure your work, what are the expectations, what are the common things that you need to do. So I want to emphasize this minimum 20 hours of work per week. Remember, this is an online course, so by not coming to class, you're saving up 5 hours. So triple it, 15 hours. If you were taking this course as a seated one, you should be setting aside 15 hours, and plus you're saving 5 hours by not coming to class. This is the minimum amount of work that you need to spare for every week. So it requires, on average, 2 to 3 hours per day. Of course, some days you might not have a chance to look at it, but make sure that you're spending that much of time. That's the hard part of this course. The course itself is not hard. Self-discipline is the problem. So each page will lead you towards what to do. So there's a syllabus. Make sure you download the syllabus, put it somewhere, and keep it on your records. There's a course calendar. Course calendar does also exist on the course resources as a Google Sheet. So the calendar here, I believe it's the PDF format. Oh no, that's a Google Sheet here also. So you can see what's going to happen week by week. So the red dates on this course calendar is the due dates, strict due dates. The purple ones are strict due dates also for the weekly plans. The blue ones shows here the test days. Okay, so we have our first test starting from January 28th. So you need to take the first test between January 28th, 29th, and 30th in the testing center. I will talk about the test registration and the rules. It will gonna come back to that. Attendance requirements. So WCAG attendance policy requires 90% of attendance to all courses, hybrid, seated, online. It doesn't matter. For the online course, we apply the same policy, so we're going to see each other 16 weeks. Each week we do have 2 online activities aside from the WebAssigns. Those activities count towards to your grade and on your attendance also. So 16 times 2, 32. If you do not do the online activities, 4 of them, I will send you an email, and if I don't hear from you, I'm gonna sadly have to withdraw you from the course. What else? So required material. So we don't have a textbook, although I have placed the textbook links on each week. If you want, you might want to use them. So there is a lab manual PDF link here. Please download it, save it either online on your computer or print that out. Or if you don't want to print that out, I have the print copy. You may contact with me. We get together. My office is in North Campus. You can come and pick up your print copy if you want to print one. The other thing is WebAssign. WebAssign is online tool. You need to pay for it. You need to have an access code for it. And the directions are written here how to register for the WebAssign. Also, Desmos is being used in the Softalk lessons, in the PowerPoints. I strongly suggest that you need to have that material as a technology. Desmos is here, technology. And these are the 2 types of calculators that you can use, TI-30 or 36X. Again, I strongly suggest have one of those. That will be really helpful for you, particularly for your tests. Navigating for the course. So these are the logos of each component on the weekly schedule. So this shows as a checklist. This is an attendance requirement. Here's a WebAssign activity I will be talking about. We will be seeing those logos next to activities so that you can get yourself familiarized with it. Communication. So let's spend some time here. So many of you already start to send some questions to me. I am glad to hear them, but if they are general questions that where do you get the WebAssign code, or what about the lab manual problems, are they going to be graded? So you can post them here, discussion board. All right, so when you click on it, I can see many people already have placed some questions, then I was trying to answer them. So post your general questions here, if possible. All right, I'm gonna go back to getting started module again. Where were we at? Tests and exams. You need to register for the tests, for testing centers through Smarter Proctoring here. I think the system will allow you to register after this Monday. So try to register Tuesday, January 14. If you cannot, then let me know. So this is the percentage, how each formative and informative assessment will be weighed. Make sure you are okay with these percentages. Majority of the percentages are coming from the tests and the finals. However, to be able to do well in this portion, you really need to practice in that portion also. So WebAssign quizzes are open every module at the beginning. So each module has 4 WebAssign quizzes, and they will all be due on the first day of the testing window, 7:59 a.m. I think that is all I wanted to say about getting started. Test proctoring, you will be registering for that. And one more thing about test proctoring, although this is online course, you need to take the test in the testing centers. If you're living far away than 50-mile radius of any Wake Tech community college, then you need to sign for alternative proctoring, and you gotta start doing that as of next week if that's the situation. If you're trying to reserve for alternative proctoring for our January 28th exam on January 23rd, you're late. You gotta do that before. That process takes a long time. I had students from different countries, but they initiated alternative proctor schedules 3 weeks before the exam. So our exam is on January 29th. If you go back 3 weeks, you gotta start doing it this Tuesday if you cannot take the exam in the Wake Tech Community College testing centers. Okay, that part was the important one. So we're gonna go with the next step, hit next step, and then we will finish this portion now. Lessons should be okay. It is not. Okay, where is the review? Mark review. Yep. All right. So first module is open now. Online module 1. Online module 1, we have 3 weeks. All 3 weeks is there. However, week 2 and week 3 is not completely ready. We're not in there yet, but the structure is there. So when you click on week 1, you see the weekly checklist. Okay, as we look at the weekly checklist, we see that, oh, look at it. There's a getting started quiz due midnight tonight, introductory survey due midnight tonight. You gotta do them. And there's a Blackboard quiz coming on tomorrow, midnight. There's WebAssign quiz due tonight. However, the hard due date is January 28th on the first day of the exam. It is advised to be done today or tomorrow or in this week somehow, but then the hard due date will be January 28th. So you're gonna go page by page and look at the lessons. So each lesson starts with a learning objective. Then it will take you to Softchalk class, which is click the launch. In that Softchalk class, some of them contains videos and exercises, and some of them has got Desmos activities. You just click join and follow the Desmos activity. So that's one way of learning the material. The other way could be just going with the PowerPoints. Download the PowerPoint and read the material in there and take notes. Okay, it is a little bit slow. Come on, all right. As you're going through the PowerPoints, make sure you take notes. I mean, as you see, it is a lot. I'm not going to spend this time. So you have 2 resources. You can learn this material related with this learning objective. What was it? Interpreting graphs 1 and 2. Either Softchalk lessons here, 1 and 2, or PowerPoint. Then there's a lab manual lesson. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and open the lab manual, find Interpreting Graphs 1 and 2, and Graphing by Plotting. Then look at those concepts with the lab manuals and do those exercises. After you've done with the exercises for this one concept for this week, you can go ahead and look at your answers for lab manuals with the lab manuals problems key. Are they going to be graded? No. So what's going to happen to them? That's your opportunity to practice. So that's for 1 only, Interpreting Graphs 1 and 2. We had Softchalk lessons, we have PowerPoints, we have lab manual lessons to be able to learn that material. There are textbooks reading. If you really would like to do that, I don't suggest. The language is very heavy and dense. Right? And there are additional lessons in regards to that. Evaluating functions, Coolmath, Kuta worksheets, practicing graphs. Okay, so there are some videos also. And then we have other learning objectives. Here, this one. So obtaining an information from a functions graph. So again, the same resources: Softchalk, PowerPoint, textbook, lab manual, then textbook, and again the videos of those. and it goes like that. Another learning objective.